Lareina. I'm here with Robert Task-Smith. Say hello and tell people a little bit about yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Robert Task-Smith, and I'm a video producer and filmmaker. Machine Kings Media is the company, and it's myself, J-Rock, Juliet, and Phrase. Those are our core people, and Rosalind. Those are our core people. But the last project that we worked on, as of right now, that's out there for people to just dial in and check it out, is probably Unclean, the horror film that we created. And you can see that at uncleanfilm.com. Go to uncleanfilm.com, and there's a horror film we created for the 48-hour film project. And we had to really, it's almost like freestyle filmmaking almost. And it was a great process, and that was the last thing that we did.
What was the last project?
That's the last film that people can go out and see.
Okay.
Because the last film that we did was La Venganza, a suspense comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't quite end up the way that I wanted it to. We kind of got a little raunchy with it.
Oh.
Yeah, we got a little raunchy with the comedy, and it was nominated though for best choreography.
Okay. So there was dancing involved.
Yeah, and I want to speak on that just for a moment.
Okay.
I'm a visionary, PK, and when we got when we did La Venganza, it was for the 48-hour film project, and I was talking to the team, and I told them the type of dancing that we should have in there that would contribute to the comedy.
Right.
And I told them that there was a word that was on the top of people's consciousness, that or a type of dancing that was on the top of people's consciousness that would be funny if an old white lady was doing
it. What kind of dancing would it be?
And I was twerking. But it must be said though that this was the weekend of the Miley Cyrus. This was that Friday that before Miley Cyrus went on TV, and that Monday it was added to the dictionary. So the team, that was really for my team an opportunity for them to really see that I really have a sense of people and how people move and how people think, because that became the word of the day. Everybody was talking about twerking. When we finished with our film on Sunday, we went to work on Monday. Everybody was talking about something that none of us had seen, but we had created a film that centered around it, and they nominated us for best choreography, I believe, because we kind of got ahead of the curve on that one. And that's La Venganza, and that'll be available soon at machinekingsmedia.com. All the films and all the films, commercials, and things of that nature is available there.
Now, you touched on a point that I didn't even think about. Two things. The first thing is, I did not know that twerking was actually added to the dictionary recently. And the next thing is, what is your take on the whole twerking thing? What do you think of twerking personally?
I think twerking, I think the same thing about it as I did before Miley Cyrus did it. I think that it's an older dance that has a word that's fun to say. It rolls off the tongue very well. Mm-hmm. To say it to somebody who doesn't know what it is makes them curious what it is.
Right.
And then it's so harmless that
the word itself is harmless. The
word itself is harmless, and the act of what it is harmless. It's not like popping a Molly. It's not like the knockout game.
Right.
It's a dance. It's somebody shaking, they're gyrating their hips in a certain way that is supposed to be sexually arousing. Sometimes just the attempt of it, can be funny.
Right.
So that was the purpose for loving. That was the purpose of us using it.
From a parent's perspective, they may view or look at twerking as something that's bad or negatively influential to their children or their children's peers. You mentioned before, it's an older dance, so it's not like it's something new. It's just new to the media.
Yes, and it's been given a different name. And regarding the children, I think that because it's the gyrating of the hips, it's sexual in nature.
Right.
And that's when when you involve kids, that's when the parents have to step in. When it's something that's a sexual nature, like twerking is.
Your Unclean project, when you guys did that, was that your first time doing the 48-hour film festival?
Yes, that was the first time that we did the 48-hour film project, and let me just differentiate between the 48-hour film project and a film festival, because this is important.
Okay.
A festival only accepts certain people. A festival says, okay, you created a film, let us look at it, and it's in consideration. And then once it gets accepted, you officially can put on that film poster that it was accepted by the Task Film Festival.
Right.
But the 48-hour film project, anybody becomes involved, and I strongly encourage anybody, if you have any inkling of being involved in film, look with your local city, check on the 48-hour film project, like it on the Facebook page. Because listen, the 48-hour film project is the best way to become involved in film. PK, if you'll allow me just to briefly explain what the 48-hour film project is. The 48-hour film project is a contest where you create a film in 48 hours, but you have 3 criteria that everybody in your city is given. It's a prop. It could be a wine glass, it could be glasses, or it could be a wristwatch. It could be anything. It's a line of dialogue. It could be, how could you do this to me? Or, I'm gonna get you, or, I missed you. Then it's a character. It could be Daniel, the computer guy. It could be Dave, the convict, or Rebecca, the policewoman. Those 3 elements have to be in your film. And then you draw a random genre. There are like 13 different genres, ranging from horror to comedy, dark comedy, Western. There are all these different genres, and you have to just make a film in 48 hours. And that's how we ended up drawing horror, and we made Unclean. But the reason that I invite people to participate is because producers, first of all, you aren't allowed to pay anybody. So if you want to be an actor, you just try to join the team. Even if you've never acted before, there's going to be a bunch of people who don't care if you've ever acted before. Just the fact that you want to try.